And here, Alexandre, this is where things got serious, right?
Yeah, here is our most modern one, which is Mustang, right?
2024. No 72, not 2024. Look, man, when I saw this in the photo, guys, young Brazilians. Look, people complain. Sometimes the wives say, Cavosa, this guy is really annoying, always talking on YouTube, being a pain. Sorry, ma'am, your husband watches and we like these old things here. We keep talking. There's no way around it, see? Look at those period wheels, young man. The Maverick is beautiful, huh? That's messed up, right? It's messed up to do that to the guy. How did this end up in your hands?
I know. I bought this car. My father bought it in '99. This was my first car.
Are you serious?
Old, right?
Old?
First vintage car. I bought it when I was 25 years old in 2099. Also when nobody cared about it, right? We paid 5,500 reais for the car, 99.99.
5,000 reais.
Here in the city in São José dos Campos.
But was it brand new like that? No, it wasn't.
It was very well preserved too. The paint that was damaged was all cracked. But we ended up doing the painting and a little bit of body work. But we never opened the engine.
Is that serious?
It's got 50,000 kilometers, 35,000 original miles.
What kind of engine does it have?
It's a V8, right? 302. And the interior is preserved just the way it was. You didn't touch the interior either. So we ended up just doing the body work. Just a little. The paint job was completely redone. Just a little bit of chrome work because it barely has any chrome. Yeah, and the suspension part, right? That was all completely redone. I imported the parts from the United States. Rubber, right? Actually, it was poly, a polyurethane kit for the suspension. New tire, right? But it's a car that was bought with low mileage. Look at this. It was already bought with 50,000 kilometers.
Very new, Alexandre. Very new, man. Look at this.
Yeah, so it's all original too.
Wow.
Wonderful. It's a 72 Mustang Mach 1, right?
Yeah, rare, beautiful. You really don't see this every day. That's right.
You can see that its interior is all original, well preserved.
Look, the seats.
It has the original seats, the Mustang symbol. This here is the car's actual leather. It's the car's leather.
The guy has the
Original, the whole dashboard is original, the steering wheel, everything is automatic. We didn't touch anything here. Inside, we didn't even need to.
right.
We changed nothing. The doors and everything are original.
Look, you shouldn't say that, but here it might be worth trying, huh? For those who bought before the boom, this is it. Today it has a market value that is...
Today, it's already harder to find, and when you do, it's not cheap, right? Yeah, everything works. Look, the seatbelt, everything is original.
amazing, huh? Can I see the mechanicals?
It's working. It's got the original radio.
Really? Can I come in here on pod? In the cockpit? Let me see how it feels here.
By the measurements.
The position. Let me see the original radio. Look, man. Everything's original. Smell the leather.
Yeah, that's the smell of an old original car, right?
Look at the position, my friend. Really like a racetrack. Sitting low right here on the floor. Beautiful. Wonderful. Very beautiful. You're not going to change anything else on it, right?
No.
It's ready here, right? It's ready?
Yeah. It's ready?
Do those little cracks in the paint bother you? Or do you sometimes just fix a thing or two here and there?
This here, it's been like 15 years since actually 17 years since we painted it, so it needs some touch-ups, right? See? A little dent here. I see. We'll end up fixing that.
But we don't need to repaint the cars, right? Just a touch-up.
Right? Especially because most of them we paint with lacquer, right? It's just this one that's painted with polyurethane, with PU. Yeah, but lacquer is much more resistant. It's really tough, right? So you can do touch-ups, keep it polished all the time. This is a 302 engine. Like I said, we didn't touch or alter the mechanics. It's just the way it came, just like it left the factory.
Matching number.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very beautiful, really beautiful.
So I didn't have to do absolutely anything except adjust the carburetor, but it's got the original carburetor. I didn't have to do anything to the car.
Wonderful.
Mechanically, right? In the live show, right? But it wasn't today. No, I haven't used it for a week, right? A week, every weekend. On Saturday, I drove it.
But on Sunday, do you really take it out to go for a ride with the family and go? Look over there, look there.
Here's the soft top. It's a convertible, right? There's some intelligence here to make it work. You have to, this is the mustache, right? You hold it back, leave it, and here you move it forward. That's the distributor, correct? You need to retard the car's timing. This is the hand throttle. I'm going to adjust this, which moves the foot accelerator, this knob here, so you leave it revving a little. Here it has a master switch, so the battery doesn't drain. Turn the master switch.
Here, this master switch is installed, it's installed, it's installed.
Right? Here, the key too. You can see that it's the car's original key, look. It's an American key, look at that. Original from the car. It's written here, look. United States. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the original key. Then you have to turn the key. At this point, that's it. Please. Turn on the gas. There's a little gas switch here, right? A little valve. Here's the car's choke and the original foot-operated starter.
Man, it's a lot like an aircraft.
So the starter here is down by your foot. So it started right away.
It caught. Wow. It's always this process. Let's see it.
Here's the horn. Original, right?
Wonderful. Listen to that idle.
You adjust the idle on the...
That's by hand, right?
I'm going to retard it, look. That's it, yeah. Look how much is going. This one retards it and this one advances it. When leaving, you move it forward.
Then you have more torque to take off.
And then the car doesn't overheat. If you drive it with the timing retarded, you'll overheat the car. People who don't know how to drive a Model A Ford overheat it quickly because sometimes they don't know how to adjust the advance or the retard. Here you retard it, see? Then when you accelerate, you'll notice the difference. Then you advance it with more strength. Everything works too.
It doesn't let you down, right?
No, it does. Sometimes it lets you down, right?
But for silly reasons, right? Yeah.
Sometimes the gas clogs the carburetor. Sometimes it's just a little wire that comes loose in the electrical part. Easy to fix. Yeah, easy to fix.
That's why people use these cars to travel. Some have gone all the way to the United States, Alaska, traveling everywhere. They just go, right?
Ford 29, there are even clubs, right? Just for Ford 29. They go on trips.
Why the Ford 29?
Yeah, it became famous. It's called the Ford, but the correct name is Ford Model A, right? He made it from 28 to 31. So, 28, 29, 30, and 31 are all Model A. Like I told you, this one is the 28 and this one is the 29. They're basically the same car. The details reveal if it's a 28 or 29. The 31 and 30 are already different, with changes to the grille shape. But it's the same design. I see. Not much changes. With the 31, you can already see the grille is different. The grille is narrower and longer, the wheel changes, some details change. The mechanics change very little. But it's the Model A. Before it was the Model T, which was from around 1911 or 1912, right? Around there. Yeah, from 1911, 1912 until 1927 was the last Model T. We've had the Model T here too. And then the Model A. Then the 29 became more famous. Out of all of them, the 28, 29, 30.
Or 31 maybe because it broke that first production, right? It started to come with something more.
But the 29 was produced a lot too, right? The 28 was when it started, and in 29 it really took off. There was a huge production of the Ford Model A, right?
Yeah, guys, Henry Ford changed everything because with mass production, the whole world started copying him and then things really took off. Then everyone started using cars.
And you can see the difference, right? The Ford A, which was made to sell a lot, to be a cheap car, good and cheap. Different from the two Dodges, which are from the same year, 29, but with much more luxury, with much better mechanics, already with a 6-cylinder engine. These ones are 4-cylinder. But also much more expensive, right? One of these Dodges could buy 4 of those Fords, and one of these semis could probably buy 8 of those, 8 Fords.
Wow, that's crazy. It really is, right?
Because of the difference in the car's condition, right? From the mechanics to the actual aesthetics of the car, the finish, the luxury, what these more luxurious cars like this Dodge were made of.
A different proposal.
Right? A different proposal, right?
A little less popular.
Very small production. This car here produced 1,000 and 1,500 cars. That's it in 1929. Very few. So there are very few in the world, right, that are left. And like I told you, in Brazil, I only know of one more, and it's not in this restored condition. Wow. Amazing.
Imagine that.
Nothing is working. We'll soon see if we can take this car somewhere. We usually avoid exhibitions, but I think this one is worth showing.
So people can get to know it?
Yeah, so people can get to know it, because I've never seen one, right? I told you, I didn't grow up watching my dad work on cars, but I've always been around, and I've been buying classic car magazines for 25, 30 years, and I've never seen one in any collection. At any event, I've never seen a car like this.
Very cool.
I've never seen this one.
Very cool. Look, I need to remind you of something that's very important. We're in São José dos Campos, and the other day I read an article that wasn't a joke, it was for real. São José dos Campos is already considered a city where people live better than in Switzerland. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. The quality of life in this city has reached such an absurd level that people compare it to Zurich in Switzerland and say that here it's even considered to have a better standard of living. I can't explain why. I've heard a lot about São José dos Campos, about the lifestyle, about the quality of life. The way people are, how they interact here, the city structure, the infrastructure, things here got so serious that it really became a hub for quality of life. It's incredible. Also because it's close to other cities, which are really nice too, really good here in the region. So for you who are from São José, congratulations on the place where you live. This place really, man, when we talk about Brazil, if we compare the quality of life with Switzerland, it's really interesting. But I'll tell you, it makes sense because seriously, man, the Swiss are far from being as cool as Brazilians, as happy as Brazilians, or having the kind of weather we have here in our country. So I'll tell you that I don't think this is just nonsense, and I think this study makes sense. If these guys are saying it, it's because it really makes sense. No one would write a story like this without research, without scientific basis to say something like that. So we're in a place, man, that honestly must be one of the best places in Brazil to live. Yeah, in terms of work, it seems like there's a lot of jobs. Because of all the technological research here, Embraer and other companies that have come here. So look, I'm almost moving here because things are really good here, you know. Congratulations to you all. Keep it that way. Don't go telling too many people, although I already spilled the beans to half the world now. Look how old this warehouse is, man. Look at the hubcaps here. Check it out. How long has this been here like this, huh? He said this has been here for 63 years. This structure here, the bigger area that was covered, is about 30 years old. But the warehouse itself is 63 years old, and you can see it. Look at the water tank up there. See this small extension, this little roof? Look at this.
Many years.
This is what I came to see. This one is the craziest of all. And this one is shocking.
There are 428 Roadsters. All original, still with cloth wiring, with rod brakes. Lindoya Originality Award winner. The original paint is still preserved. Did you restore it or do anything to it? No, it's just like that, preserved.
Did you restore it? Did you do anything to it?
No.
Is it really like this, original?
Here, not like this.
Survivor, we bought it that way?
We've been buying like this for 15 years, right? The owner kept the car for many years. The previous one has been with us for 15 years.
Wow, look at the condition of the car. Look at this. So your thing is original cars, right?
Everything original, no.
It doesn't change.
Nothing. Since my father is a mechanic too, right? So my father preserves it. This car here, for example, instead of an alternator, it has a generator, right? So yeah, it runs with a generator, with cloth wiring. It works with the original carburetor. So all the cars have the original setup, both in looks and in mechanics. That's cool, huh?
It's hard to keep it original like this, right? It's hard. Maintenance and everything, yeah.
Parts, maintenance, you have to work on old things that few people work on, right?
Look over here, man, how beautiful.
Preserved.
They're all at this level, so all of them, look how crazy.
You can see that this one here is the generator, which is old, see? You can see that the wiring is made of cloth. Yeah, and the brake is still rod operated, which is the original. Nowadays, there are few Fords like this, you know?
Man, has it never been taken apart, you think?
Yeah, it hasn't been taken apart. You can tell by the seals, right, that the car hasn't been taken apart. And here it has the original year. Here is what shows its year. Look, it was made on June 11th, 1928.
That's crazy. That's awesome, man. Look at this.
This is a part that holds the door. It has to hold the door. Trim finish door lock. I restore all of this. Everything. I restored it.
Here, it was all your work?
Now it's all my work. All of this here. Look, the adaptation here. All my work. From the lamp, everything I do. Look.
What work? Does this go to the Dodge that's behind us over there?
That's it, right? It's that Dodge. Everything restored by hand. Look at that.
What a job. Isn't it a lot of work, Mr. Michel?
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
You have to be patient, right?
There's hard labor here. I build the stairs.
Which stairs did you make?
Also, I did everything. All the drawings here, I made them. The ones on the wall, I'm a builder too, so.
You do it all, Professor Pardal. You know and handle everything. Look.
Here, look, you don't see any flaws. Look, really everything was restored by hand. Look up there.
Look over there.
The details, every little detail, look. Each one has a tool. Everything is new. Look, everything restored again. Piece by piece.
And don't people ask you to restore cars here with you here?
I've made a lot already. You have? There are cars I made all over the world. Austria, Belgium, the Netherlands, the United States. I've got about 30 cars of mine out there. Wow.
Mr. Michael, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. Thank you.
I sold cars to the whole world.
Congratulations, Mr. Michel. What beautiful work you do. Congratulations. It's beautiful, really cool.
Come here so you can see. This one is mine.
Let's go, Mr. Michel. What's the hardest thing to restore on old cars to use? What's the hardest part of the bodywork? Bodywork.
Not just anyone can do it. You'll see how many hammers I have over there. Each one has a function that body workers today don't know how to use, right?
They do. Each little hammer has a function, see?
Each hammer has a function. Look how cool that is. And if I don't have the hammer, I make the hammer. The hammer, the tool. You're going to see some interesting ones here. Come here, let's go.
Young Brazilians, I invite you to take part in our initiative. You know that blue Galaxy I bought back in Caxias do Sul in Rio Grande do Sul and brought it here? I fixed everything with Demetrio. We bought new tires, hubcaps, and completely redid the suspension. Detailed it. The car smelled great. A wonderful Galaxy, smooth to drive with all that smoothness. I'm going to put this car in your garage for a ridiculous price. For pennies, it's going to end up in your house. To participate, the link is here in the description of this video, and it's also in the first comment of this video. Take advantage of it, because I don't know if this will happen again with any of our cars. It's a test that I'm going to do if everything goes well. If we do well with this one, we'll bring more news about it, which is a new idea I had for a project inside Pingano. Look, it's called the League of Classics. And our first project is the Galaxy LTD 69.
This one on the side is also a Ford, but it's a newer year. It's a 29, right? This is the Ford 29. This is the first car my father restored, right?
Right.
It's this one. It's been restored for 60 years. It was restored in 1960. He started around 65 and finished in 68.
Wow, so how long have you guys been accumulating these cars here? 60 years, wow. I said accumulating, sorry about that. That's not really what I meant. Collecting, yeah. 60 years already?
60 years in this same garage, because back there you can see that it was there's the remains of a little house. I saw it, so my father lived here, and then he started working on the car here 60 years ago. Wow, they're in the same place.
Even in the same warehouse.
And he did everything, right? He took everything apart. He's a body man, painter, and mechanic. So he was the one who did everything.
This work I see here is his handiwork. He was the one who did everything.
His paintwork is still original even today. Wow.
He does it all by himself, all by himself.
No employees, nothing. And it was never taken apart again. The engine was never rebuilt. The engine is still we never opened the engine, not even the cylinder head. This one, not even the cylinder head was opened. And the paint was also never redone except for the fender or some little touch up on the fender. But this white paint here is still, it was never repainted, man.
You have to respect something like this. Congratulations.
Man, these chrome bumpers, original here, this grill was never replaced. About 20 years ago, it came from the United States. This new grill, original from the United States. But the rest was never touched again after that.
And you, as a boy, when you were little, you started learning to like it.
You started loving it. Yeah, that's about taking care. I'm 74, right? So when I was born, my father already had several cars and he was already restoring them for others too, you know? He was one of the first collectors and restorers at the same time, right?
I see. So he ended up doing work for friends and for others as well.
And for others and for himself, right?
Michel, right?
Michel, actually, in the beginning, you had Og Pozzoli and Pozzoli and Roberto Lee, who were collectors. Yes. Then you had, right after that, Fernando Rossi, who was a restorer. He worked on cars, but my father was among the first to be both a collector and restorer, right?
He maintained and repaired them, keeping the car in shape.
His own. And he did restoration work for others. Sometimes he would fix up and sell some cars, and sometimes he would take cars from other people to work on, right?
Look at this, folks. You who are watching TV at home right now, I don't know if you just woke up or if you just got home from work. You can clearly see how well it was done because this was years ago.
60 years.
Everything is aligned, everything in place, the paint shining. When it comes to the detailing, this looks brand new again. You see here, look, the junction of everything, the gaps, man, nothing is out of place. It's just that the mother-in-law's boat.
Right.
Beautiful.
Mine was the white one. As a kid, I used to walk with my dad.
He arrived.
Come on, walk there. It's a lot.
Here.
You can climb up by putting your foot here.
Yeah, I put my foot here.
The other one here.
Right, the other one here.
And then you jump inside and...
Fall inside.
Today I'm already too big to walk there, but...
You must have had fun already.
But I spent my childhood riding back here, right?
Wow, that's awesome.
Man, this is priceless, right? Because it's made by my father's hand. Wow.
It's really priceless. Look at the paint. Look how fine it is. The paint, man. And it peeled off, man, by itself. By itself, that's how long it's been yours. Here it's still perfect, see?
And it was bought, look at the body of this. And my dad bought it in bad condition.
The car was bought in bad condition?
He bought it after it was abandoned on a farm. My father says that it was, he'll tell you about it later, but it was upside down, being used as a bridge with boards on top, and the car turned upside down. Wow. So it was in bad shape. It's not like he got an original car and just fixed it up. He got the car back then to restore it. Already in 68, 65, the car was already 30 years old, right? So the car he got it from a farm.
Wonderful.
I restore everything myself.
Hey sir, are you the one doing it here?
I'm the one doing everything.
All these parts?
All these parts here,
Panel, sheet, little eye.
all new.
All new stays? New. You don't like to buy a lot of parts, so the thing is to restore. No.
No, I make the parts.
If you lack something, you make it.
I make it by hand. You'll see the crafts here. Everything made new right here. New here project. I take it to the turner's oven. I explain how I want it done. Look at that. This here is a brake fluid reservoir. The original one rusts a lot because it's made of tin. I make it out of stainless steel. Look. Look at this work.
Check this out, brand new.
Brand new.
Then it works perfectly.
In the car. It stays here, see? Everything inside.
This here is a Citroën 53 traction Avant, right? 11 light. We restored this here. I restored it with him. This was the first car I restored with him.
So you took part?
Yeah, I took part in this one. We bought it together in 2001, 25 years ago. It had been abandoned on a farm for 30 years since 71. I bought it along with 6 more cars. 5 cars actually. 6 and a 6.1 Lambretta that's still with me over there.
That Lambretta came from the same place.
2,000 kilometers the Lambretta.
Never seen this in the countryside, right?
From the countryside, so what was left was 6 cars and the Lambretta. So we kept the Citroën, I sold the rest and the Citroën. We started restoring it right after, in 2002, so it was finished in 2002, so it's been restored for 24 years now, and everything is original too. I bought it with 50,000 kilometers, now it's got 60,000, so it hasn't been driven much. But the restoration was done, right?
With the original mechanic and all?
With the original mechanic, the engine is original too. We only opened the cylinder head, the bottom part is still original, we just needed to change the head gasket. And of course, everything that was in the car was complete, right? When we found it on the farm, it was a barn find, as they say, right? The cars had been sitting for 30 years on a farm, the sheds and the cars all dusty, preserved. This one still has the original floor mat, the original key, it has all of that.
Was it hard to do?
It wasn't hard to do because everything was original, right? But it was all taken apart, you know? But he preserves it here, you see? This right here, look, is its original carpet. Here, look, the footrests, original from the car, see?
It's original, yeah.
It came with the car, made for it. Even today, look. See the glove compartment with the original stickers, right?
Wow, that's true.
The car key, look, the car key is the original Citroën key from Citroën. See, the core comes out. Security, take it. That's the security. Remove the core. Does the whole core come out? The whole core comes out. Look, original. No one can take it. No one can take it. Now,
this caught attention because the car was fully equipped. Because your dad was into those little Fords, right? But when he saw this here, he said, hey, I think this one might fit.
yeah, the car was in really great shape and he likes it. Obviously, he likes it. There were several models. There was Ford. It came together, a 29 Ford and a 24 Ford Model T as well.
Do you remember what you used to pay for cars like that back then?
I paid in 2001. Look, with the door open. This one cost 3,000 reais. Really? Yeah. I paid cheap, right? But it wasn't worth much more. It was worth a little more, but not much more. It was worth 10. It was worth 10. And the mechanics, and all the mechanics are original too.
What kind of mechanics go here?
It's the 1.9 engine from Citroën, right? But everything is original. The pump working as original. The carburetor is original.
Look at this, look. How cool, man. That's crazy.
It has all the identification plates, right? Ah, the whole mechanism is preserved. Here are the plates, right? Original plates, look.
The 11.
It's the 11 Ligero, right? The BL, which is the model and the identification plates of the chassis, engine number, original carburetor, everything original. Look, the other engine plate, yeah, I saw it.
I saw it back there, right there. Look, super original, man.
And it has something interesting too.
Here it's got a placa preta, right? But it's the first version of the placa preta, right?
It's the first version of the placa preta, yeah. All my cars have placa preta registration. But this one and the Mustang got this version in the year when the plate wasn't actually black.
First version, right?
Here you can see that all the taillights are original.
Did it have this or did you get it later? No, it already had it.
It was original, it was on the car.
Man, it was really complete. Look.
Kind of broken, but it's original here too. You can see, look, yeah, they're pretty broken, but it's original from the car. That's how it was when we found the car. So you can't change that, right? Damn. Here's his spare tire. There's even a problem traveling with it because I'm without a spare. Because his spare tire is the original look. It's locked, just like the original. And it's the original spare tire with the right size. See? With the white stripe, yeah, from the brand that came on the car.
This is from that time.
Yeah, the car is original. Which is a different size, you see. Look, it's a size that only comes from Citroën. It's a 400 size. I don't know how to show the lighting here. Look here, look, just 460 and 165 400. Stelvio it's the original size it is. I think he is, what brand is he? He's Firestone, I don't remember. Here, look, Pirelli, look. This is the tire that came with the car.
The tire is brand new.
The tire is brand new and you've seen the car is new. The spare hasn't been used, right? Because the car really was now.
You said something interesting about not traveling with it. So do you actually use the cars? Are you able to use them?
No, we use them. Do we travel with all of them? We use the cars a lot in the city, right? And we still take trips with them.
Isn't using them the best way to maintain them?
Yeah, the best way to maintain them is by using them. All the cars are working, any of them, all the cars are working, they're running. Not just working, but actually running.
Cool, that made
the sign for him.
Was it Roberto over there who made the logo on the grill?
No, he made the unique writing in Brazil.
Look over there. So you were friends with Roberto Lee?
Yes, I was. He
used to come here.
He was always here. Really? And I would go.
There, did he come here often?
That Hispano Suiza, I was the one who first got it running.
Look at that. It's been a long time since he died, right? A long time, hasn't it? What a shame, man. There's still a lot of his stuff there, isn't there?
Yes, a lot of things. Look at that. Most of the things I make myself, look. The hammer that I make, look at that. Everything I make, look. The hammer that nobody even knows about, look at that.
You made all of this yourself, sir?
I make everything there. Each has a function, see?
So when you feel the need and can't get it done, you go and make the tool.
Make the tool. See that lug wrench? I made it. The spark plug wrench, I made that too. And the other spark plug wrench for the little Ford up there, I made that as well.
That's crazy, man. Look, there's even a sign there, use the right tool.
I also made the drawing myself.
I did.
You? I made it too, and I painted it too. Look.
Look here.
I make all of that too. Each one has a function. Here there's a hammer. This hammer here, it's a little black banana right there. Look, it was the first one I got from Cigano. I wanted to learn how to make a metal pot. Then he said, come on. There was a camp here in São Dimas, and he said, come here, I'll teach you how it's done. Then I liked his hammer so much, he said, I'll give it to you as a gift. I was 12 years old.
Wow.
I still have it today. Look at that.
12 years old, Mr. Michel.
12 years old, Mr. Michel.
The truth is, they never really worked much with you here as an employee or helper. It's always just you alone.
Always alone. I set up my own workbench and do everything, including making the benches myself.
Man, this really reminds me of my grandfather, Mr. Lorenzo Valentim. He managed on his own. He also made the workbench, made the table, did everything. Man, my grandfather...
It was all here. The table here made from scrap.
Look, with the front of...
A 51 Jeep.
Back in your day, you had to handle things yourself, right? Nobody helped then, did they?
No, you had to do it yourself.
Look at the stories here, man. Look how many posts, how many photos. A legend. We're in front of a legend of classic cars here, Mr. Michel. How long has this panel behind you with tools been here?
25 years.
25 years? With that, sir, you can do whatever you want.
Whatever I want, just sitting here, my little tools, my little cups, my marking tools. Look, each one has a function. Everything here has a function. See? Here, everything has a function. I'm the one who makes all my tools the scriber, and here I put the cars I used to export and the sculptures I make. I also make my name. Look.
Here you put a little plaque.
A small plaque, look.
Look, Michel. So if I bring the whole car here, you can fix it?
Easy, I can fix it right away, laughs.
Mr. Michel is the man.
Man, I make everything here myself. Here, it's all me.
Very cool. And here's another Lambretta, brand new. Look, this one's gonna be like new. Maximum respect to a guy like this, man. Imagine what a guy like this has worked in his life to build so many cars. How many cars have you made, sir?
Wow. More than 1,000, more than 1,000.
Wow, it really goes over 1,000? That's possible, right?
I started when I was 13 years old.
Already working on cars?
Working on cars,
Imagine.
at 13 years old.
I started, that's crazy. Congratulations, Mr. Michel.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. It's not every day that we meet someone who has spent so many years and dedicated himself so much to a craft just by hand, with grit, on his own.
You can see that there's no equipment at all. Yes.
Everything is basic.
Everything is done by hand. It's really handmade.
Really handmade, and it turns out well because I saw the finished cars over there.
It turns out well. A reading?
Alexandre, it's really impressive after so many years since the restoration. The car still looks beautiful. It's really great. Thanks for your time today. Congratulations.
No problem. It's always a pleasure.
Big hug to you, sir.
This car is interesting, and it also has a cool story because this car here, my father bought it as a semi-new Mercedes. He bought it when it was 10 years old, so it's a 58, and he bought it in 68. And he used it just like we use a 10-year-old Mercedes today. So we used to go to the beach with it, you know? I was a kid, you know? Because he used it from 68 until 85.
He used it back then as a regular car.
He used it as a regular car. I was born in 74, so for many, many years, my father used it as a regular car.
It was the everyday car.
Everyday car. Then it ended up having an engine problem. The engine blew in 85 and the car was left unused. There were no parts. My father couldn't buy the engine parts. Rings, bearings, gasket. They had to import parts from Germany, which was very difficult then. The car sat in the garage for 20 years. Then I ended up managing to do it. Yeah, I bought the parts from Germany, brought everything from Germany, the rings, the bearings, pistons, all the internal parts of the engine that were seized. I brought from Germany. Wow. I had a friend bring them. He brought them in his suitcase.
Then after 20 years...
After being idle for 20 years. So we took the opportunity and painted the car again, did some body work, another one on the door. My dad himself did the body work on it. I see, it's been about 15, 16 years since the car was restored and painted. Then we did the body work, painted it, and we assembled the engine.
Beautiful, huh? Look at the original wheels, man. That's crazy. So small in the front. Wow, look at the interior. Did you change anything inside?
So the interior is curious. It's interesting too because the interior, we kept the woodwork, obviously, right? The ceiling is original. The ceiling wasn't changed. Look, the ceiling is the original from the factory. Look at this. What was done were just the seat covers, only the seat upholstery, and the side panels and the floor, right? And the floor. The rest we preserved, the original.
The car was already good, right? Look how cool the dashboard is.
It's a Mercedes 220S, right? 58?
A ponton. Look at the ashtray there on the back passenger door, man. That's crazy. And then did the engine turn out good?
Yeah, the engine is like new.
Right? Were you able to make it perfect?
Perfect. It works with everything original. Everything is original.
That's cool, huh? I hope you guys watching, I hope you like this kind of thing, because look, my friend, this is preservation. Damn, man, that's crazy. Look.
From the original. Look over there, see? It even has the original manual. Seriously? Yeah.
Look at that wow manual.
The car's original manual.
Boy.
Well-preserved Mercedes-Benz 220S. Look there, Rasgadinho, but it's here. Look, just the way my father bought it. Wow, the car's manual.
At that time, look at the photos.
Carburetor there. My father even uses it to do its maintenance, right? Even today, my father, huh?
Does he go there and check the island? He checks. The guy is really good, man. What's that, man? Let me see the back here. Fancy back in the day, huh?
Fancy, not even cute.
No, right?
Very little, right? An imported car back then, right? Which is
That's it.
very few imported cars, but
Imagine compared to what? What was there in 68? We were just getting started, right? We were moving from pickup trucks and going to Galaxy.
you couldn't import. Imports were rare, right? The interior is wonderful. And it has a 6-cylinder engine with 2 carburetors. Look, there are 2 carburetors. That's interesting too. 2 carburetors, 2 carburetors. They work, right?
Technology for that time, right?
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Powerful.
Really crazy car.
Some parts came from Germany, right? This came new from Germany. This little taillight was broken. It came new from Germany. This came new from Germany. All original from Mercedes itself. You can still buy the parts there even today.
Yeah, so you found it easily?
You found it easily. It's expensive, but you can find it.
No problem.
They have everything. You have the manual there. You buy it online, and they have everything. The window rubbers, all of this came from Germany.
That's why it turned out well and looks good, right?
Yeah, it's well done and looks nice, right?
The original pieces don't have...
That. These are the original parts that Mercedes still supplies, right? Licensed to a company that continues to manufacture the original Mercedes parts now.
Even today, you don't see this kind of car easily here in Brazil, right? Not this specific model, right?
It's hard. Here we have a Dodge Brothers. We have 2, right? This is one. We're just finishing restoring the other one now. Wow.
Look at the color. Wow.
Guys, look over there. This is a Dodge Brothers Sport Sedan 29. 29. It's been with us for almost 20 years. It belonged to a gentleman who kept it for over 60 years.
Look.
I'm basically the second owner. My father and I are pretty much the second owners. Wow. Because it stayed with the same owner for 60 years. And then when he was already 95 years old, the son ended up selling it. Because it wasn't even him who sold it, it was the son. And here, did we also do a partial restoration? We didn't take everything apart. We didn't take everything apart because it was very original, barely used. So we did the paint, the chrome work, only worked on the cylinder head. The engine was never touched, the bottom part too, all original. And we didn't take it off the chassis, right? There was no need, so the car is in great shape, really well preserved. Like we just adjusted the brakes and nothing else. Did the chrome, put on new white wall tires. We didn't touch the interior. You can see the upholstery. It's probably almost 60 years old. We didn't touch it, my friend. We didn't touch the dashboard either. The car, what? It's a Dodge Brothers. Brother, you can see we didn't touch the interior. Look at the space. We didn't touch the dashboard. Was it that darker blue color? We didn't paint the dashboard to keep the car's original color.
I didn't want to mess with it. Look at it, man. It's perfect. Look at the buttons. Look at the quality of this. Perfect. Hey, I touched my fingernail to the steering wheel. My nail just slid right here. This thing is flawless, polished, beautiful, looking sharp, ready for a drive. Look at this. The preservation is amazing, huh? And this here is just beautiful, man. Look, the quality of the metals, chrome, colors, wheel color, wheels, tires, everything. Very beautiful.
Very beautiful, very well preserved. Wow, really beautiful. Look how the door closes. Oh,
That's what you call alignment, right? The alignment and the strength that you don't even need. Oh no, it didn't fall apart, so it was just no.
it didn't fall apart. If we just paint, we scraped everything off, right?
What is this?
But it wasn't taken apart, only the fenders were removed, right? Just for painting, but it wasn't taken off the chassis, right?
That's charming, huh, man?
Historic vehicle plate too?
That's charming. Look how cool.
Look,
Tank.
it's in the tank.
Damn, what a wonderful life in her.
It has the vacuum pump, right? Interesting how it jumps. The tank is different from the little Ford, correct? The little Ford is,
It's by gravity.
it's the Dodge from the same year. The tank is in the back. Then it pulls with a pump too, which we keep original, which is the Kavaka.
Also original, yes.
This here is interesting. How does the vacuum pump work? Is the vacuum pump? Don't use an electric pump. People use electric pumps because they can't get it to work. My father got the vacuum pump working and kept our original vacuum pump, original carburetor, original engine, everything original, and the vacuum pump, which is the hardest part, it's 6 cylinders. Working perfectly as well. That's awesome.
Wow, what a beautiful car. Alexandre, congrats. The quality of these cars is impressive.
We've really had it for 18 years. It was in great shape, like him. We drove it for years without repainting. Then after 4 or 5 years, we decided to repaint it. Until then, we drove it as we bought it. We just got it running again, right? It had been sitting unused for a long time. And it's been about 15 years since it was painted, restored, and chromed. Then it was done.
Right? There's nothing else to do. Yeah.
Then there's nothing else to do. Now it's just about driving the car and preserving it.
Right? Is this the 2000 Lambretta?
And this Lambretta, it's from 60. And we bought it along with the Citroën. On the farm, it's got 2,200 kilometers.
2,000 kilometers.
2,483 original from the factory. It has the original paint, the original levers. The only thing done here was the seat leather because it was really torn. But the little plates were preserved, also original from Lambretta. It was done, already done, this seat. We did it about 20 years ago too. I bought it in 2000 and you know, it's working, it works perfectly. It had no license plate and was only just registered for the first time.
Because it was just used on the farm.
It was only used on the farm, so he didn't register it.
Poor thing, it had no papers.
It didn't have any papers.
Are you going to preserve it like this or are you going to paint it?
No, you have to preserve it the way it is, right? It's a, really?
Yeah.
You can't, you'll lose value.
Right? Your father let you keep it like this? Yeah, he also didn't let you paint it because he likes to tinker with it.
But he also knows the value it has when you find a car or a motorcycle with the original paint. That's a different kind of collection, right? It's when you find it and don't touch it. So this one is, the tire I changed, but I put the same original tire, the Pirelli. The tire was cracked. The spare is still original. The spare is also original. You can see that the tires that were on it were the same way. Then I started driving and got scared it might blow out. But it's the same, it's the original tire, it's Pirelli. It's cracked from age. Damn.
Can I make a side note here, guys? Something very serious. Yeah, the Strainbrook family. He went out with a scooter and the tire was like this. I'm not sure if that's exactly how the story goes, but he went out with the old scooter. He was a huge collector in our country. And he had a fall because the tire burst. Look, it's with the utmost respect to the whole family that I talk about you like this, even without knowing Fabio.
Right.
Fabio Strainbrook, Fabio and his brother, yeah, Fabio Strainbrook, man. He fell, crashed, broke his collarbone, just like I did too. And at the hospital to get treated, he moved the wrong way and tried to put his shoulder back in place. The whole thing was kind of weird. His shoulder, the broken bones, they hit his artery and there wasn't enough time to save him. He had internal bleeding and he ended up dying because of that fall. So guys, riding motorcycles, man, you really shouldn't mess around with worn out tires. The result is danger for whoever is going to use it. He probably wasn't even speeding, it just happened.
I ended up riding it for a while.
Did you ride it like that?
I bought it in 2002 and then rode it 2001, right? I rode it for a few years, then I got scared and stopped riding.
Yeah, it's scary.
It sat unused for 15 years. I got it running 6 months ago. Does it work? Yes, it's worked for 3 months.
Cool.
It's been 6 months since we got it running. Nice. Then I got a new tire, so I felt better. Better, right? It's looking good like this. Yeah, and the original paint, really cool.
This one is really stunning, man. This is really beautiful.
This one is also a Dodge Brothers, also a 29, but this is a rarer version, which is called the Senior. I only know of one more in Brazil. This one and one more, there are only two.
Really?
I think this one is in the state, but the other isn't, right?
I see.
We've been restoring it for, this car has been under restoration since 2003. It's been 23 years that it's been in restoration. The previous owner restored it for 10 years and then we bought it from him. It was all disassembled, but part of it was already done. The woodwork, part of the bodywork, and we bought it completely disassembled. The chassis on one side, all the bodywork taken apart on the other. For 13 years for 13 years it's been here in the garage. We've been working on the car and now it's almost finished. Now we've already painted the car, did the chrome work, bought the tires, assembled the whole car, got the engine running, and now we're in the final assembly of the car. And basically, the only thing left is the upholstery. We finished the electrical work, only the upholstery remains.
Very beautiful.
The woodwork is done.
This is really cool. The woodwork.
Right, all done. Look, made of fine wood, everything. The benches are all ready to be made. It seats about 7 people, right? It seats about 7 people, and it has these little benches that fold, right?
Look at this.
It seats about 7, like a small limo, right? Damn.
That's cool.
So everything's done, everything's assembled, all the parts are already in place, just waiting for the upholstery, the windows, new glass, everything working, just waiting for... Right now it's running just to make sure the mechanics are perfect, but if you start it up, it already works, and then take it for the finishing touches at the upholstery shop, right? Wow.
Wow, this is really beautiful, really beautiful.
It's a Dodge Brothers 29.6.
You all did it more calmly, without rushing, right?
Yeah, it's such a rare car, so you really have to do it right. It needs a big investment, right? And you can see it has more details, right? The grille, this whole grille is different. This grille has these fins, right?
Wow, it's really beautiful, my goodness.
Everything here was made, look, all made of stainless steel. Some parts were made of stainless steel. Look.
Look. Wow, that's impressive.
Then everything was chromed.
Wonderful.
The electrical part is ready and will be done last after the upholstery and windows, right? But the car, it's a 6-cylinder with a bigger engine than the other Dodge 29, right? It's almost like an 8-cylinder, but it's not. It's a big 6-cylinder.
Wow, huge block.
Yeah, the difference with this Senior version is that it's a more luxurious version because it was the year Chrysler bought Dodge Brothers.
That's when it started?
So this Senior was the first car Dodge made under Chrysler. Cool. So it's already a mix of Chrysler and Dodge. So they made a luxurious special version. So the mechanics are different, the finish is different, everything is different. Here, it's also the same vacuum pump system, still working in its original configuration with the tank in the back. Everything is original and assembled as such. Carburetor, everything original from Dodge. But it's already working.
Man, look at that. The age of this. Imagine preserving it. The way it was made back then, man.
What's this? Here, the new hubcaps were made, preserving the logo. Here, we made the spokes out of stainless steel.
Just making sure there are no mistakes, right?
Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it?
Really beautiful.
Instead of painting, we made the spokes out of stainless steel.
Wow, really beautiful, beautiful. People must have stopped trying to buy your cars by now, right? How is it? People can't try to buy your cars anymore. No, we
Sometimes we have cars to sell, right? Sometimes we buy a collection or we buy another car that we don't want to keep, so we end up selling it. But these cars that are here today are really from the collection. We don't sell them. There's none for sale here.
There aren't any. They're really family.
Yeah, each one has a story, like I said. It belonged to my father. We restored the other one. We restored all except the first one, the 28, which we bought already finished. My father and I did all the others together. Obviously, I'm a lawyer and all, so I don't work directly on the car, but I look for parts, help with organization, and hire people to help. You need to order parts from abroad, from Europe, from the United States. You need to coordinate the people helping here. My father will do it too. Painter, mechanic, another part. Sometimes you have to take apart the engine, for example, work on the cylinder head, so I help with this management of the restoration.
It's not easy. There's a lot to do. The little Ford over there, already on the white one. There. Is that you there? That's me. Look. On the white one right there, look. Old newspaper. And here it tells a story, right? When the vintage car becomes a passion. Look how crazy that is. May 22nd, 1987.
This one is a newspaper from 2002. There's an article about how my dad and I had already started working on the car, me and my dad. That's cool. This one is the Cadillac we had, a 52 Cadillac, and here is a 20 Ford, a 28 Ford.
Ford 28.
That came along with the Citroën.
Look at her here too. Look how cool. The white one. This is the white one, yeah.
Here it shows the 58 Mercedes we saw parked, right? Like I said, it was parked for 21 years. Look at its condition. Wow. It could have lasted a long time, but since it was parked, it deteriorated a bit before we restored it.
Wow, it was looking rough, huh? So you guys really fixed it up. It was in bad shape. Now it's back to life.
It was in bad shape.
Wow, it really was looking rough. That's true.
And it ended up looking really...
Really, really amazing. Incredible.
What a story.